This is a guaranteed lock.
It's a lock.
Let's go, meat boys. It's the Meatlock. You see the text, and we're trying to get back on track from that parlay fillet fumble last week. Thanks a lot, KGD Dawson. But nonetheless, keeping it simple this week with another Meatlock. And Chris Gutierrez, El Guapo, is a -278 favorite, taking on Alatengheli, a.k.a. the Mongolian murderer, who has looked good recently. Got to give some respect to Alatengheli. Won his last two, but look at the guys he's been beating. They aren't quite on the level of El Guapo. I mean, Kevin Kroom, not great. Chad and Helliger was kind of a close fight, and although the Mongolian murderer got the unanimous decision, that was a little bit closer than people anticipated, and he's taking on El Guapo, who had won 4 straight. He hadn't lost a fight in 8 in a row, but he ran into Pedro Munoz most recently, and I know you and I both thought that Gutierrez would get that one done, but we slept on Pedro too much, and when you do so, Pedro's a guy that can really punish you, as his nickname implies. So we missed that one, but in this one, this should be a solid rebound opportunity for El Guapo, who at 19-5-2 has some pretty solid wins. I mean, you can't forget that retirement KO finish he got over Frankie Edgar. He has wins over Felipe Colares, rest in peace, and Dana Bakary as well. So in this one, we like El Guapo as a Meatlock. Alatengheli is probably getting slept. How do you think El Guapo gets this one done, meat boy?
Yeah, this is a lock nonetheless. I mean, this is totally a layup for El Guapo. Get him back in the win column, get him back in the talks. I really think he's going to demolish from beginning to end, and I think it's inevitable that it is going to be dominant in a KO TKO.
Yeah, it really should be. This is one of those fights for Gutierrez to get back on track, because if we remember, this was a guy that was nearing the top of the cards, and now he's essentially a curtain jerker on an early prelim card on a UFC fight night. So the UFC is like, yo, Gutierrez, here is a winnable contest. Alatengheli, a guy who is near the bottom of the rankings, and while yes, you're going to have to work your way back up to the card, this is your opportunity to get a free statement dub. So that's kind of how we are seeing it, and Tapology is rolling with that as well. 92% going with El Guapo. Only 8% rolling with the Mongolian murderer Alatengheli. A lot of beige on both sides, though. Do you think that Gutierrez picks up this finish, or is there a world where maybe Alatengheli survives and Gutierrez wins the decision?
You know, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but I just think whatever happens, it's going to be very dominant, and I like the KO TKO the most, but a decision, most likely. Submission, no way that's going to happen. That would be crazy, but yeah, I'm really leaning to KO on this.
Yeah, you'd think he would be able to sleep Alatengheli. He will have the reach, he'll have the height, he'll have the speed, he'll have the power. I mean, all of these stand-up intangibles lean in the direction of El Guapo. So if this is the rebound opportunity for him, then maybe he sleeps him early and often. But nonetheless, it's a Meatlock, should be El Guapo, and we're going to be throwing down an easy 278. It's going to net us a nice 100, get us to that 85th Meatlock, get us creeping back towards the green, because hate to say it, meat boy, but we are back in the red for a first time in a little while. So we got some work to do. Chris Gutierrez is the one who gets us back on track. Any last thoughts? I'm taking Gutierrez, and I'm going to go finish as well.
Yeah, I know it's a fun fight, another lock, nonetheless. Don't come taking a wine, and make sure to smash that meat subscribe.